I have 2 chocolates. Maybe Tony's having a bad day. Tony's sad. I don't know why, but maybe Tony deserves a chocolate. Anais is like, I don't care about Tony. I need a chocolate. Right. Monse is just hating. She's like, I want chocolate. Maybe we'll have to figure out who gets this chocolate. Denise? What do you think? Should we try a different problem than second period did? And then when you're studying, if you wanted to study how to do these things for your test that's coming up pretty soon, you could always watch the video of how they did this problem in class. You want to do that? Because that actually gives you guys, I think it gives you guys more, it gives you greater access to practice problems. Because if it also gives second period more access to practice problems, because I'll record this and post it, and then they can see what you guys did, you guys can see what they did, and that's kind of cool. All right. Now look, I have not done this problem. I picked it because of its shape, not because I think it's hard. And this right now, when I'm talking to you, I'm looking at it, and I have read it now more than I've read it ever. I've never done this problem. I don't know if it's hard. I don't know if it's easy. I just know it's appropriate for what we're learning right now. So let's do this. Why don't you take a minute and sketch it, and then go ahead and write down the problems, or write down the write the questions, and then we'll do it together. And we'll put these chocolates up here just for fun. This is from a Cambridge paper 4, by the way. Dang it, I want to get those so you can see the scores. Sorry. Can't see it now? I wanted you to see that part B was worth 4 points. And now I'm making you seasick, huh? Can you guys see it all now? X plus 4, 4x, x plus 2, x plus 12. We need a new document camera, right? Because this is actually zoomed in pretty far, but this document camera is supposed to be like nice and clear for 2 pages at the same time. I think that's false advertising. X plus 12. X plus 4. X plus 4. Now, here's my suspicion, Alan. This shape doesn't look so scary. The other shape looked kind of scary. My suspicion is this problem's harder than the other one. That's my suspicion. I haven't read it yet, still. I've just been focusing on the chocolate. It's distracting me. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Wait, Janet doesn't like chocolate. That's why we're going to be biffles. Best friend for life. That's what, yeah, she's going to be my bestie. So we can hang out. And that way when somebody magically shows up with lots of chocolate to give away, she'll accept the chocolate and then give me her share. Because she doesn't like chocolate. Yeah. Right? Yeah. That's going to be the best. What's that, Ellie? Oh. Miss Vonda, are you done? Writing it down? You ready to do this? We're going to do this one together. You're going to do the next one all by yourself. Yeah. X plus 4. Carlos, you ready? No. Okay. Whoa, Miguel, you're a left-handed weirdo? Yeah. Whoa. Who else is left-handed weirdo in here? Well, we have a lot of them. Oh, that's weird.
Is that 3?
4.
Oh, that's the best.
Wow. Anais, Alexis, Jesus. Jesus, I saw you running yesterday on the side of the road. I swerved to try to hit you, but you were pretty back. I should have hit you. Actually, I tried honking the horn, but I was in my wife's car, and I couldn't get it to do it. And I wasn't going to try to scare you. You were coming down the hill, down Catalumpi, and you were on the left side, running down the hill by your house. You told me where you live. You said you live on the house with the pink gate because there's all those gates on the road right there. Yeah, you did. Yeah. Because I said I saw you like at the bus stop.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because you like live near Esteban right here. Right? Because he lives right on the corner with the house with the brown fence. Right. All right. Oh. So, Miss Banda, you ready? Yeah? Jeanette's not ready? How about Tony back there? Is Tony ready? Oh. Not emotionally fit for it? All right. The first one says, ready or not, here we go. Yeah. The first one says, write down an expression for the area of the rectangle R. The thing that's tricky about these problems is you have to be very careful with what it says. If you have to follow the directions exactly. Where's the rectangle R? It's this little one right here, right? And so what we have to do is we have to write an expression for the area. You have to be so careful that you're answering the question it asks you. There's so many things you could do with this information, but it's asking you something very, very specific. So if you do something else, you get 0 points. Okay? Next thing I want you to notice, you see how many points it's worth? That means it's easy. So how can I write down an expression for the area of that rectangle? 4x times x plus 4. That's it. I don't know if they would want you to distribute that or not. I have no idea. If I did distribute it, I would make sure I wrote this down too, though. All right. Part 2 says, show that the total areas of both rectangles, R and Q, is that. Any ideas? Yes, sir, Alan.
Multiply or find the area for both rectangles and then add them up.
So we already have the first rectangle is this. So I'm going to do the work up here. So this is what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to find the area of rectangle R and add it to the area of rectangle Q. How do you know that? How do you know you're supposed to add them? Because why? The total area of R and Q. That's how you know. You're right. Yeah, you guys see what I mean? Okay. That's actually the tricky part, is just making sure you understand what it says. Okay, Leslie. So we already have R. What about Q? What's that going to be? There you go. Very good. No problema. Ellie, what should we do next? Like, what do we have to do? How do you know when you're done with this part? I guess that's what I meant to ask. But I mean, how would you know when you're done? Monse, do you know how to know when do you know how you know when you're done with this part? You don't? Anna knows, doesn't she? Really? Oh. Miss Banda, how do you know when you're done with this part? Sorry. No. Alexis, how do you know when you're done? When you get this, you're done. Again, see? Do you feel like you have company now, Miss Molina? Did you hear what they said? Because I asked them, well, how do you know when you're done? They're like, oh no. And then as soon as somebody says, oh yeah, I did know that. Do you feel like you have company now? Yeah. So you're done when it says that. And the reason I asked the question, like at first I asked, what do you do first? The reason I stopped asking that is because you have to stop asking, what do I do first? You have to figure out, what do I know? What do I need? Here, you need this. You need to change this into that. So yes, you are going to distribute and combine like terms. Did you try it already?
Yes.
Does it work?
Yes.
Yeah? So like this is 4x squared más 16x squared, right? And this one is x squared plus 14x plus 24. Is that right?
Yeah.
Combining like terms, let's see, that's 5x squared plus 30x plus 24. Whoa, holy moly. Whoa, like a Disney moment. Look at that. It just all worked out in the end. For a minute, I was getting kind of, you know, touch and go, and now it just worked. I bet you feel relieved, Denise, that it worked. It all just, boop. Don't you feel better now? I feel better now, too. Almost as better as if I'd eaten some chocolate. But not quite. How about almost? Are you trying to say you work for food?
No, like, you know those boxes where it has like a triangle and like a square and a circle and that's like big and big?
Oh, yeah, so you could fit a square peg in a round hole for a piece of chocolate. Oh, interesting. All right. How many points was this? Was only worth 1 point too, right?
Yeah.
That means it was easy. And it was easy. Okay, this whole one is only worth 6. All right. The last part, you have to read it very carefully. The total area of r plus q is 64. Calculate the value of x to 1 decimal place. That 1 decimal place is a clue that it's not factorable. That decimal place is a clue that it's probably going to be, you're probably going to have to use the quadratic formula. Don't complete the square unless it says complete the square, because there's so many extra steps, you're going to run out of time, you're going to make a mistake. Quadratic formula is easy. You just aren't used to it yet. All right. So what do we do here? Yeah.
You have to subtract 36 because it's going to be 5x squared plus 30x plus 24.
Uh-huh.
So to 60.
So you're saying that this is an expression for the area of both, and this is the area of both. So that means that this and this are the same. And the way you write that in math, right, Alan, is with an equal sign. It's so weird. You guys know what equals means if I asked you in words, but then people don't always know how to use it. It means they're the same, and these two things are the same. And then you have to solve it, right? Okay. And so it's negative 40 right here. Is that right? Yeah? Felipe, we're good or bad? We're good. So then you got 5x squared plus 30x minus 40 equals 0. Is that factorable at all?
Yes.
What can you take out? A 5. X squared plus 6x minus 8. Whoa, wait. Back the truck up. Is that factorable?
Yes.
Really? What?
I was not, well,
What is
before
factor?
you,
Oh, no.
before you took away the 5, it could have been 1 and 40. Which would have been 5x minus.
I thought this was factorable for a minute because 2 and 4 makes 8 and adds to 6, but if you look at the signs, they're different. This negative right here means that the signs for the factors would be different, so not factorable. So here's my question for you, and this is something we have not done, so I'm really glad we decided to do this problem. Miss Molina, we're going to use the quadratic formula, and this is it, of course, right? B squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. My question for you guys is, what does a, b, and c equal? Are we going to use this, or are we going to use this? Why?
Because it's easier.
Because it's easier, but what is it? Is it the same? Oh, man. Esteban, you see the problem, right? You see why the hesitation is happening? Carlos, do you see what the problem is right here? Problem is, I don't know if I should use these big old ugly numbers for the quadratic formula, or if I should use these pretty little numbers for the quadratic formula.
Let's use both.
Yes, ma'am?
If you use the bottom numbers, where would the 5 go?
That's exactly the question, right? I'm glad you asked that. So, to answer that, check this out. The 5's still there. What does this mean? How many numbers are you multiplying here to make 0? 2 numbers, right? Two numbers. You're multiplying 5 and this number. I don't know what that number is. Whatever x is, it's x squared plus 6 times x, and then you subtract 8. That's the number. And what's it equal? 0. So 5 can't equal 0, so this has to equal 0, doesn't it? Do you see what I mean? This has to equal 0. So the 5's still there, but you're going to multiply it by 0, and it's just 0. So it's like still part of the whole game, but to figure out what x is, like if you solve this for x, that means that x will equal 0, right? Like if you solve this for x, and you plug that in, then this will equal 0. 5 times 0 is 0. So that would be the solution, because that would be what makes this true. Andrea's looking at me like I just grew another head out of... did I do it again? Did I grow another head out of the other head, out of my head right here? Did I grow another one? Because you're looking at me weird. Yes, sir.
Couldn't you just divide 5 from both sides?
Sure you could. And then it would still be equal to 0, wouldn't it? Or you could do like Jesus back there said. He said, if you were taking a test, you had a little extra time, and you weren't sure, you could do this one, and you could do this one, and see if you get the same answer.
But which one are we supposed to use?
You can do either of them, and you'll get the same answer. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do the difficult one. You do the easy one. And let's see if we get the same answer. I'm going to do that one. You do that one. Okay? You understand, Donna? So I'm going to do the ugly one. So negative 30 plus or minus the square root of 900 plus what do the instructions say? Did you guys get that, or you're not done yet? Not done. 1.1?
I got point 1.
0.1? A la bestia, maybe I made a mistake. Let's see. Alan, what'd you get? You got 1.1 or 0.1? 1.1. Okay, I'm pretty sure I got it right.
Wait, why do you put divided by 1? I mean divided by 10.
Because 2 times 5 is 10. You would just do divided by 2.
I think you divide both sides by 5 and that was the
Right, but what's 8 equal?
1.
Right, what's 2 times 1? Right, that's why you're going to divide by 2.
How do you divide by 10?
Because I used
Oh, yeah.
that. Yeah. Hey,
Did you get negative 7.1?
yeah, I got 1.1 and negative 7.1.
Or 1 off that.
Yeah, you made a calculator error. Try it again. Make sure you get it. Yeah. Hey, hold on. We're almost out of time, so I apologize. It took longer than I thought. Do you see I wrote centimeters? The reason I wrote it is because it's the unit and it didn't give it to me. So I bet if you didn't write centimeters, you'd lose a point. Yeah. Yes, Alan. Sometimes. All right, boys and girls. Hey, you guys need to be quiet and listen. This is your homework. I'm sorry I didn't give you more time. I wanted to make you work on it in class, or let you work on it in class. But here it is. You can come take a picture. Oh, wow.